see how I put together this rustic modern clock. Also stick around, so I'm doing a glue gun review, a quick vinyl review, and I've got a couple of thrift flips as well. If you're new to my channel, could you do me a favor, consider subscribing? Also, I'd really love it if you could leave a like and a comment down below, because it would really help my channel grow. Today I'm going to work on a couple different projects, maybe two, maybe more, I don't know yet, but my main reason for being here today is first to review a glue gun that I got recently, and I'm really excited to try it out. And this is also my Funtime Friday challenge, and I'm joined by Junkernecker, aka Leah, as my co-host today. So I'm just going to be working on a few crafts with my new glue gun, and we'll just see how they turn out. Alright, I'm going to start with the unboxing of this. I'm getting all kinds of goodies with this. It's a full-size glue gun. It's got a stand, which I don't know about y'all, but I can't stand when I have the little flip-out metal deal for it to rest on. I hate that. So I'm so glad that this has a flat base for it to stand up. Finally got myself some finger protectors. Can I figure out how to open this up? Here we go. Looks like there's 3 different sizes. If I can get them unstuck here. Silicone finger protectors, which will come in super handy if my fat old fingers will go in here. Okay, so my pinky here, my thumb, or my middle finger, either way. And looks to be 3, 6, 9, 12 glue sticks, full size. And a card. The name of the brand is Monvict, like convict. Alright. And the cool feature about this is once it's preheated, you can unplug it and continue to use it for a little bit. It's not technically a cordless, but it kind of is. It doesn't have a battery recharge or anything like that, but that's okay. So I'm going to get this set up and start with my first craft thing. DIY number 1. Alright, my first craft, I'm taking these candle holders that I picked up, I don't know, thrift store or something, and I'm going to turn them into beehives. I've got this fat jute rope, my new handy dandy glue gun, and yeah, so I'm just gonna start with that. Alright, so I'm just gonna start like right down here and try this new gun. Comes out nicely. I'm left-handed. Here we go. Hey, look at that. I can just hold it now. Woohoo! I'll just run my hot glue around here. It's very hot. I'll just keep going around. And around until I get to the top. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking there's something different I could do with this other one. So I may just make one beehive here. Alright, I've got the main part of it done. It's probably a big hole, but that's okay. I'm going to get some paint for this part right here.
So using some apple barrel black, I'm just going to go ahead and speed through this process. Just painting the inside of that, make it look like a big hole. And yeah, it was a little bigger than it should have been, but you know, we work with it. Happy accidents.
And I'll just let that dry. And I'll call that one pretty much finished.
DIY number 2.
The next one I'm going to do is going to be way different from what I usually do. I've got a clock movement. I've got a bunch of these wood slices and 2 14-inch wood rounds, I think they are. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some wood glue and hot glue, and I want to glue these 2 rounds together to make sure it's real sturdy. I'm going to make a clock. Obviously, I think the clock movement probably clued you in. So that's what I'm going to do. I want to decide. I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm going to paint it. So,
and here I'm just going to take a combination of wood glue and hot glue and sandwich it in between the 2 wood rounds, and make sure that the hot glue and the wood glue is not touching. I want them to adhere well. So I'm grabbing a bunch of clamps that I got from Amazon. I cannot remember how long ago it was. So I'm just going to clamp those on and let it sit overnight to dry out and stick together.
I'm going to clamp this down nice tight and sit it overnight so that wood glue can dry up nicely before I start working on it some more. Alright, so it's the next day. Got my wood rounds glued together, and I'm going to go ahead and drill the hole in the center for the clock face. Alright, now I've got my circle. Got my draw in the center there, or drilled in the center. Perfect fit. It's probably not exactly center, but it'll have to do. So before I do anything else, I'm going to paint this. I'm going to paint it black. So I'll use the apple barrel black. Alright, so 2 coats of paint, and I had a poll on my Instagram as to whether or not to stain these discs, because that's what that looks like stained. It's really dark, or leave it light, and leave it light was the general consensus, so that's what I'm going to do. I don't know which one I like better though. Yeah, I guess that is better. So, I'm using these as the markers. As you can see, this one was really unique. So, I'm going to make that my 12 o'clock, and then 3, 6, and 9. So what I'm going to do is use a combination of hot glue and wood glue. I'll glue them down. And I realize you can't see the bottom part here. It's out of frame. So I'm going to glue these down and let those set up overnight. And then come back and finish this whole thing. Alright, so I've got these pieces glued down. And I've got them clamped. And I'm going to let this set up overnight. And tomorrow I'm going to come back and I'm going to put some of this black cord around the edge before I go ahead and finish it up. I have these little tiles that my mom gave me just today, and I'm going to paint them white to use as the markers for the rest of the clock. So I will see you in 3, 2, 1. Alright, yet another day of working on this. So I've got these put down. They're pretty secure. And what I'm going to do is take this cord and go around the edges here just to kind of hide where it ended up not being centered. You know, sometimes a fail can be okay. So that's what I'm going to do here. Before I work on that edging thing there, the edge of that, I think I'm going to go ahead and paint these. I do have silver spray paint. Do I have silver spray paint? No, I don't have silver spray paint. I'm out of it. So I'm going to use this brushed metal silver to paint these markers. And this is, let's see, yeah, Folk Art, and it's a plaid product. So I'm going to go ahead also and paint these, and then I will wrap the other thing around the edge. Okay, so I've got this around the edge. I think it pulls it together nicely. And these are still drying. I've painted them silver, and I'm going to put them around once they're completely dry. But I wanted to stop real quick and continue my review of this glue gun. So now I've been using it for a couple of days. It does drip from the nozzle a bit, okay? Now, I don't mind that it has a cord, except for when it's messing with my tripod here. I don't mind that it has a cord. Now I can pull this cord off, and I can use it like this for a little bit yet. It continues to stay hot. I guess it takes a long time to cool off. So I can continue working with it. I think I've tried it up to about 10-15 minutes. Which is great, you know, so you can move it around, don't have to worry about the cord. I don't care if it's plugged in because it has this base that it can sit on. And I hate glue guns that have the little thing here and you rest it, because with a cord that's when it falls over. Not so with this. Even with it plugged in, it still just stays there no matter what. So far I'm giving my battery died. So as far as this goes, I will likely be giving this a 5-star review on Amazon. It's really affordable. So, you know, if you're looking for a glue gun, you can't get the Surebonder. You don't want to deal with one of those $6 ones from the dollar store. This would be a good option. Honestly, they reached out to me, asked if I'd like to review it. I said yes. Would I have paid the price to purchase it? Maybe. I might have done that. It not only came with the glue gun, you know, but it gave me 12 glue sticks, which are really pretty nice. And I got the finger protectors, which they don't have anywhere locally for me to find. So, and it came with 3 different sizes. So that was a huge feature for me when deciding to go ahead and accept it to review. So all that being said, I think it's a pretty decent gun so far. You know, I'll revisit it again in 6 months and we'll see how long it lasts. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty great. So let me know in the comments if you would like to know more about this. I'll get in touch with you. So anyway, that being said, on to these. So now I'm just going to decide where I want to put them, how I want to position them, if I want them squared, if I want them on a diagonal. I don't know yet. So I'm going to let these continue drying, and then we'll come back and I'll finish gluing these on. We'll pop a battery in, hang it up, see how it looks. Right, I'm going to go ahead and glue these down now. And I think I'm going to do like diamond on that. And I'm just going to go ahead and use hot glue on these. It's a glass tile, I guess. I don't know. So I'm going to hot glue these down all around. Three. Alright, I've got a battery in it. I'll set it and hang it up. But I noticed when I did hang it up, now I didn't glue this in case I want to use this clock face again for something. But I'm going to take this this block and glue it to the back so that it will, and I'm just gonna, let me see here, down here at the bottom, so when it's hanging on the wall it'll be nice and like flat to the wall, because this does stick out some. So there we go, and I'll show you how it looks on the wall. Here is the clock. I have a little bend in the hour hand, but otherwise I don't think it's too bad. I'm filming this on my new phone. I think it's pretty cool. It's got a, you know, it's a modern feel, but it's also got just a little bit of that rustic to it. So I think that's something pretty neat. I don't know if I'll keep it. I might pass it along. I'm not sure yet. So there's that. Now on to the next one. DIY number 3. For my next project, I'm going to take these just tile coasters and I'm going to turn them into some bead decor to give to my daughter for her soon-to-be baby's nursery. So just using the Cricut design space, I'm on my phone and I'm just opening up the design that I already did. And I want to go through and check and make sure that everything's fine. I hit customize and it'll load. Go through to the canvas scene and just double check all that and load it up, get it ready to cut. Make sure everything is connected. It's a really pretty simple process. I'm checking vinyl with a more pressure setting and it's just cutting right there. And so I'm using this vinyl. It's an off-brand that I found on Amazon. It was super cheap. It was like $2.50, not even $2.50. I don't remember. It was like $2, whatever. But it's CAD cut. I'll leave a link in the description box for it. So I'm going to try it out, and I'm using actual Cricut transfer tape. Maybe this will work better than the contact paper. So we're going to check it out and see how it works. Maybe it'll be good. And let me just say, you guys know I hate weeding this stuff, but you know what? This stuff actually weeded out very easily. It's quite a bit thinner than
Cricut vinyl, a little more flexible, it felt like. I guess I thought you could see the difference. I don't know. But it's pretty sticky. It did kind of stick to itself a little bit right there. You know, but I was able to pull it off of there. But yeah, it came apart real easily. It cut super well, and I've had problems cutting my Cricut vinyl on the same setting, and this one, it cut like a dream. It weeded like a dream, and it was super affordable. So yeah, I'm still new to it, so I don't really have a real, I don't know, I don't have a real good experience yet as far as using different kinds of vinyls, but this one's actually pretty good. So I mean, at least I think so. Now I've got the transfer tape on. It stuck to it really well. I didn't have to like scratch and scrub and burnish super hard to get it to stay. So I was pretty pleased there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these down the way I've have them in mind. And cut up I end up cutting it apart so I can lay them out properly. So yeah. So I did one letter here. I've got the letter B. It went down real easy, but it did leave some bubbles. So I have to figure out how to work that out. And the little B, oh, it's perfect. It stuck down quickly, peeled off pretty easily, and that was simple. So my next step is to take some Mod Podge that's dishwasher safe in case she decides to use them as actual coasters instead of just decor. And there's the results with their little beehives right there. I wrapped some twine around the edges, glued some little sunflowers in the corners just for a little extra. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Funtime Friday. Make sure you've spread the YouTubey goodness of likes and comments and subscribes all over the playlist. Thanks again to Leah for co-hosting. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.